Dear students of class ninth, in this video we will discuss remaining part of the chapter climate. First point what we will discuss in this video, that is factors affecting the climate of India. First one, that is latitude. So with regard to the latitude, you know that what you might have studied in junior classes, that the Tropic of Cancer passes almost through middle of our country. It divides our country into two equal halves. The northern part, that is known as subtropical part of India, and the southern part is known as tropical part of India. What you had studied in class 6th about the heat zone, torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone. So you know that in tropical part, sun's rays are comparatively vertical in comparison to the subtropical part. So in the tropical part, there will be maximum temperature in comparison to the subtropical part of India. Next one is altitude. Altitude in the sense height. This is also influencing the climate of our country. What you had studied in class 7th, that in troposphere, which is the lowest layer of the atmosphere, temperature decreases at the rate of 1 degree centigrade at an ascent of every 165 meters. And another thing is that you know that our earth is having atmosphere due to its gravitational force. So as we are moving toward the higher altitude, gravitational force of the earth reduces, and due to which the atmosphere becomes thinner and thinner toward the higher altitude. And this is the reason due to which at higher altitude temperature decreases. So if you will take the examples of hill stations which are lying at higher altitude, during the summer also they are enjoying pleasant weather conditions. After that, pressure and the wind system. So with regard to the pressure and the wind system, you know that there is vice versa relationship in between temperature and pressure. When there is high temperature on the land during the summer, at that time there is low atmospheric pressure on the land, and at that time water of the ocean is cool. So there is high atmospheric pressure over the ocean. So winds from the ocean blow towards the land, and as the winds are full of moisture, so our country is getting rainfall. But during the winter situation is just opposite, and as the winds are blowing from land toward the sea, so the winds are dry, and the dry winds in general, they are not giving any rainfall. After that, another one, that is the upper air circulation. So with regard to the upper air circulation, that is dominated by westerly flow. So it is an important component, and it is known as jet stream. So if you want to define jet stream in very simple sentence, what we can say, these are the current air currents which are blowing at higher altitude above 12,000 meter. So with regard to the jet stream, first one, that is the subtropical westerly jet streams. So these subtropical westerly jet streams, they are blowing over 27 degree to 30 degree northern latitude, and these jet streams are blowing south of the Himalayas all through the year except in the summer. So these Subtropical westerly jet streams during the winter influences the cyclones which are originating over the Mediterranean Sea to blow towards our country, and these cyclones are after crossing Afghanistan and Pakistan, they enter our country during the winter, and during the winter the northwestern Himalayas and the northwestern plains, they are getting precipitation in the form of snowfall and rainfall respectively. And these cyclonic winds, or you can say the cyclonic storms, when they enter our country and our country gets precipitation, this process reduces the temperature during the winter all of sudden, means severity of the winter increases, and hence we are calling these cyclones as western disturbances, means these cyclones are coming from the west and disturb the pleasantness of the winter season of our country. And another jet stream, that is the tropical easterly jet stream. So this tropical easterly jet streams blow over the peninsular India approximately over 14-degree northern latitudes during the summer. So these tropical easterly jet streams influence the southwest monsoon winds to move towards or come towards our country. After that, another one factor is the ocean currents. So what we discussed in the previous video, that the ocean currents are influencing the climate of an area. Warm ocean currents are making adjoining coastal area warm and moist. Cold ocean currents are making the adjoining coastal area cold and dry. After that, distance from the sea. This is the another important factor. We know that what I told you in the previous video, land is heated by the process of conduction and water is heated by the process of convection. Means water requires 2.5 times more energy to become hot in comparison to the land. So when during the summer land is hot, at that time water of the ocean is cool. So the cool water of the ocean is moderating the temperature of the coastal area, and during the winter situation is just opposite. So as we are moving away from the coast, moderating influence of the sea reduces, and towards the interior part of the land or the country, we are getting extreme type of climate or continental type of climate, in which summers are extremely hot and winters are severely cold. But in the coastal region, we are getting moderate, or you can say equable climate or marine climate. After that, we will discuss about relief feature. If you want, we can take the example of Himalayas. Himalayas are obstructing the southwest monsoon. When the southwest monsoon winds are obstructed, they are rising up, condensation is taking place, and our country is getting precipitation or the rainfall. And these Himalayas are also obstructing the chilly winds, severely cold winds coming from the polar region to enter our country. So it is only due to the presence of Himalayas during the winter also our country is able to maintain its tropical characteristic, or you can say the climate of our country is able to maintain tropical characteristic. So Himalayas are considered as perfect climatic divide. After that, we will discuss about the Coriolis force. In science also you might have studied that due to the rotation of the earth, due to rotation of the earth, the winds are deflecting towards the right hand side in the northern hemisphere and towards the left hand side in the southern hemisphere. So this process is known as Coriolis force, After that, we'll discuss about the pressure and the wind system. So during the winter season, our country is under the influence of northeast trade winds. These are the winds which are originating over the subtropical region, and from subtropical region these winds are blowing towards the equatorial low pressure belt. And as these winds are blowing from northeast direction, so we are calling these winds as northeast trade winds. So as these winds are originating over the land, so in general our country is not getting any rainfall from these winds. But when these winds are passing over Bay of Bengal, they are giving some rainfall to the southeastern coast of our country, or you can say the Tamil Nadu coast. But during the summer, our country is under the influence of, indirectly under the influence of southeast trade winds. These are the winds which are blowing from subtropical high pressure belt in the southern hemisphere towards the equatorial low pressure belts. And as these winds are blowing from southeast, so we are calling these winds as southeast trade winds. And when these winds are crossing equator, their direction changes to southwest. So these winds are known as southwest monsoons in our country, and our country is getting rainfall.